Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to GameStar TV. We are bringing you the grand final of tonight's main division finals series between Elim Gaming and, oh, why does it say Sentinel Esports? Oh, Byza, let's switch over to the brackets and talk about the brackets, and I'll just fix up the overlay that I had there. Take it away, man. Got the brackets up on screen.
Oh, I hope that wasn't me because
No, it's me,
right
it's me. It's me.
Well done, Chrisis. Well, the brackets are on screen, and the night pans out where we had the Sentinel Esports Club take on Elim Gaming, and that was a thrill stopper. Or what do we say? The heart stopper.
Heart stopper.
Screw me with the actual
4-0
sayings.
victory.
There you go.
But
No, it's not,
it was a 4-0 victory.
It was 4-3.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about the previous match. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Not the one we just. Carry on.
And we went through. Crisis. Good on you, mate. We went through with a best of 7, and we got to the 7th there. Elim Gaming edging over in the end, and they progressed through. And then we saw the second match, Crisis. You want to take away for us? The hit one ratio Mighty Ducks.
Which was actually very close. It went all the way again to the seventh game, the second match, and the Mighty Ducks came real close to beating 0.1 hit ratio.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah, they got knocked down into the elimination final, and I think they just didn't recover from a 7-game loss, or a loss in 7 games.
Well, you got to back that up, and it's tough for the Mighty Ducks, and so they had a 7-game, and look, it's heartbreaking in the end. And what happened? They had to have Skittles come in the last game, and 0.1 hit ratio came over top and cleaned them out. And so then they got forced into this bracket with Elim Gaming. And look, we had that overtime, and in that third Disciples match where we actually saw the Mighty Ducks gaining momentum and starting to come back. And the heartbreak that sets up Elim Gaming 4-0 wipeout of the Mighty Ducks. They exit out. Well, it wasn't the best for them, but they actually put in a lot of effort. So big shout out to the Mighty Ducks. I feel for them, Ducks. But we're heading to the grand final. And I'll tell you what, these two teams deserve to be there, and we're really set up for a quality night, Crisis.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good indeed. And
the generic luchador agrees with Byza that these are the two teams that deserve to be there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, I think the Mighty Ducks, they did a great job in that second game, going up against the number one the number one seed. Unfortunately, that momentum that hit them so hard set things up, and Elim Gaming just had their eye in and played an outstanding series, getting a clean sweep. I mean, we haven't seen a clean sweep in either of the amateur or the main division until Elim Gaming achieved it. So, look, 0.1 hit ratio, they not only got themselves into the grand final as the top seed, but they broke the back of the Mighty Ducks and gave Elim Gaming the opportunity, which Elim Gaming just grabbed by the teeth. Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, well, no, it's not. I think I'm rubbing off you very well, mate. The funny thing we looked at tonight was coming into this final series. It's like, will Elim survive the first bracket? You know, like they had that massive drop in that last match round, and the momentum they had, it's not there. And it's like, we know how good they can play. They're on top of the ladder for most of that season, and they dropped a couple, come down, but you know how good they are, and they're here. And the reason why they're here is because they can play out those tight games and get to the end. So they're really set up for a big one. But 0.1 hit ratio, they're very strong in themselves, and they haven't shown any sign of giving up or anything like that. It's just set up for. I keep saying it, but it's set up for a mind-blowing grand final here, Crisis. I'm wondering when they're going to load in.
All right, just some Twitch updates for you. Roxon's going for the 0.1 boys. Dr. Zap is back in Elim, and a huge shout-out to Pulse as well, who's tuned in as well.
So I've sent word through to Starkiller on Elim Gaming saying we're ready when you are. So we will surely be into the match in just a minute. a couple of quick shout-outs. Lost Pirate is making a call again. He's calling the 10%ers to win in 6.
0.1.
And
I like
Dr.
that. That's
Zaps
not
reckons
bad.
Elim are coming off a great set of games, and they'll be on fire. Shout out to Pulse AU from Jam Gaming. I assume that's who it is,
Get
Pulse
some.
AU, the same Pulse from Jam.
I'll get some.
I think it is.
Jam Gaming Top 5. Keep an eye out for it next week with the grand final edition. Well, the finals edition. We're going to actually do one for every division, a top 5. So, big week next week. Get some.
Oh, fantastic. And there's the sound that we've been waiting to hear, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the grand finals to start between 0.1 hit ratio, who are going to be on the blue team, versus Elim Gaming on the orange team for the final best of 7 of the evening. And this is going to decide who takes home the crown of main division winners.
0.1 hit ratio taking on Elim Gaming. Let's quickly go through the sides. Orocro, Dumbo, the Kauai, or whatever you want to call them. Chrisis will give you the lowdown on that. And for the team of Elim Gaming, Starkiller, Chili Pilly, the school bus, we're set up for the grand final action. Plantronics, that is, for the Cyber Gamer main. Chrisis, take us away with the opening.
Well, straight away onto the offensive go the 10%ers, and straight away the defender of the evening, Starkiller, gets his first touch in as well. 15 seconds have gone, and look at this, a second attempt already from the 10%ers onto the goal face of the goal mouth of Elim Gaming. It is pressure from the get-go. No feeling out of anybody right now, Byza. It's just pound, pound, pound at the orange goal.
Well, the break has come from 0.1. They've actually had to wait a little bit. But you see Elim Gaming fresh off it. So we're looking at them sort of going on the attack here. 0.1 need to fill out their opponents. Get a go with what's going to be the trend of the night. But it's going back and forth at the moment. There's a pinch back there, or pinch from the side of Chili Pilly. It's a shot, gets deflected out by Dumbo. Shot comes from the choir and hits to the side. So it's just a little bit wide here as the 0.1 hit ratio tried to get the shots on goal. Out comes the joust of the Dumbo. Very highly done. It drops down, but not in the favour of his team. And the defence for Elim Gaming will clean up here, Chrisis.
Oh, the school bus with a great solo effort carries the ball up. But Dumbo is there to defend Kauai as well, and that puts pay to it. It was a good solo effort though, and Orocro carrying the ball away will be quite relieved that it didn't turn into a goal. 3 minutes 30, a minute and a half has gone by already, and frenetic pace on this game, but still no goals. It's sitting in the orange zone. Starkiller comes forward, gets it cleared out. We've got 3 players up for the orange team, Elim Gaming, as they very, very quickly then fall back and wait for the ball to come back to them. And Byza, I wonder if that's going to be the way that they play. Rely on the defense because it seems like 0.1 hit ratio want to keep attacking, and that might set them up for a bit of trouble.
Yes, indeed. And I'm just going to remind Chrisis that to check his camera shake. As we do talk about defenses and Elim Gaming, well, they've got a strong one. I could clearly say here and back me, like, if you want to try me. If you back me up, back me up. But I reckon Elim Gaming, strongest defense in the main and the strongest attack, 0.1 ratio. That's the way you're going to see it. There's a lot of defense clear out, but you will see the defensive shots working to attack. It's going to be interesting how it goes, but this could be a tight one, and I don't see many goals being scored here, Chrisis.
Yeah, there are jousts going up in the air over and over between these two teams. Nobody really waiting for the ball. And that is a hallmark of actually a first-tier team, rather than, bearing in mind, this is the second tier. Either of these two teams might be able to qualify for the Invite League for the second season. And the way that you get into it, the depth of your game has to include never just waiting for the ball to come to you. It's proactive play from start to finish.
Yep.
And that is what both of these teams are doing, Byza.
What's really interesting about that, the way it's going to work, is it's not where you finished and how many games you won. It's your play style and how well you work to the ball. Can you put up with the top guys? Are you just as talented? You're not meant to be in this league, you're meant to be in the top, and you just improved.
The school bus breaks the deadlock, gets the first goal. And who was that? Orocro got himself over and anticipated the ball going into the left-hand side. and instead the school bus pounded it over into the right-hand side, and I think I've got to stop saying pounded.
I'm getting excited.
1-0 in favor of Elim Gaming, and this is against the run of play of their first game. Byza, remember how they kept going down first. This time they are up first.
Yeah, they're dictating the pace here at the moment, and it's what they want to do to prove the future stakes coming into the season too. But hey, let's forget about that, because we'll carry on like that for a little while. As the shot comes onto the side, it's going, hit the top crossbar, out it comes, and 0.1. Well, they want a quick rebound, and it's sitting in front of the goals. Oh, School Bus is just hit quite out of the spot where he would have converted for a goal, and it just saved the skin of the teeth. And Chili Pili will work it to the side. Now defense of 0.1 has to be put into play. School Bus at the right moment puts it up into high corner position. No one really following it. 0.1 with the defense flick out. Now working into attack. Rorico set it up high. Here comes the Kawhi. It's wide. Not on target at the moment. Dumbo works it to the side, but it's moving way too fast to the goal, and there's no one there. That is an easy goal for School Bus.
Yeah, School Bus, that's just an absolute gift for any offensive player. The ball floating past him, and he just picks it up and gives it an extra touch. 2-0 for Elim Gaming, and that is against the run of play in both situations. 0.1 hit ratio have been hard on attack all the way through, and as soon as the control has fallen in favor of Elim Gaming, they've converted it into goals. Look at the saves the School Bus has put in, Starkiller has put in, and Chili Philly. That's 6 saves between them. In fact, both of the players, I've got to stand corrected, Byza, both of these teams putting in 6 saves each.
Oh my God, a relentless attack as the clock ticks down. But there is your victor for this first game of the grand final. And that is the boys at Elim Gaming. They take the advantage. And look, just speaking before, the boys at 0.1 hit ratio, they've had to wait at least half an hour, 40 minutes to get into this game. So you could say just a lack of flow of momentum of the game, where Elim have come off 4 in a row, and their confidence is sky high. I think that might be the course's first game, but that's why we have a best of 7, because these games do jump back and forth, and with it set up, I reckon it will go all the way.
All right, quick shout out from Twitch. Penor thinks it's a 0.1 ratio, 4-3. That's his heart, but his pants say Elim.
Into the second game. It is a donut on the board for both teams, but a particularly big donut for 0.1 hit ratio, because they haven't scored at all in the series. So they'll be looking to get onto the board, get some momentum in their favor, and turn things around and set themselves up for that 4-3 win. Of course, you can still lose 3 games and reverse sweep for 4, but that's not really the way you want to do things, do you?
No, well, we've seen it before in other competitions, man, but when it comes to a final series, that is not the spot you want to be in, Chrisis.
The School Bus watches the ball go past as he falls back on defense. And Starkiller coming forward, gets the ball through, gets the ball returned to him. He's going to go up in the air. He knows now that it's going to bounce up. Dumbo just wafts past it and doesn't quite get a touch to the ball, but that would have been a prime opportunity. Oh, Starkiller with a halo of halos. Goodness me, and Chili Philly says it too, Byza. What a save. Oh, Dumbo!
Wow, you got to have a look at Dumbo and the play. He's just followed that. Wow.
Yeah, that was perfect. He just followed that ball all the way over. Starkiller, who has defended so well all evening, went flying past it and didn't quite get a touch off of the wall. And Dumbo just calmly maintained position, I guess, with the ball and shepherded it in.
Chili, 0.1 hit ratio with the first goal, and that's what they needed. Extend the flow of the attack of Elim Gaming. Chili Philly having a shot before, but it gets cleared out. Defensively pushed out by 0.1, now into attack, sitting in the orange zone. Out comes the Starkiller to deflect the shot, but it's hit back up. Have a look at both the Elim guys. They both wanted to go up, and then they both dropped, which could have been a potential goal, an easy goal for 0.1 ratio, but now it's pushed back. It's into the attack. Hare's coming to 0.1. Oh, and it's just gone wide. None of the boys in the position, but that could have been a strike.
Very close as Starkiller gets called in to push a ball forward again, but it's still in the blue. Well, it's carried over to the blue zone. TheSchoolBus with a shot, and it goes wide. He's now going to try and control it, set it up, gets a little pop-up over there. TheSchoolBus, sorry, that was Chili Philly who did that. He gets up into the air, but Kawhi is there to defend and clear the ball out as it sits in the blue zone, remains there. Finally, Dumbo gets the carry out Byza, and it's the turn of 0.1 hit ratio to try and get a bit of offensive pressure going.
Elim Gaming won a goal and they're working hard for it. TheSchoolBus taps it to the side, but the Kawhi doesn't want to, well, he's missed it completely. TheSchoolBus now touches over the side, but Ororoko's reading him well. TheSchoolBus, Starkiller up early, and that's a good read by him. So you can tell all the players on each team are all over this ball cam right now, and they're really wanting this goal. Elim Gaming, as I said before, is dropping back to the defense.
Oh, great anticipation from Dumbo. He saw the defender coming up. That was Starkiller. He got a good touch to it. He anticipated it perfectly and got the undercarriage of his car. Oh, no, it was the side of the car in the way, and Chili Philly with the last-ditch defense gets beaten as well. It is 2-0 now in favor of the 10%ers.
You think when you score a goal, going up in the aerial high up and doing a touch on the underside of the carriage as the opportunity comes for Elim Gaming, and the second follow-up from TheSchoolBus finishes it off. Nicely played there, but what I was trying to say before, as we watch this goal work out, we might just let this play.
Yeah, TheSchoolBus had the original shot, and Dumbo got a great little touch that put the ball above the net. But TheSchoolBus was there again. His momentum was perfect, positioning great, and the second touch was what it took to get them on the board. And now the deficit is just one goal. Oh, an attempt, and Chili Philly pushes us in. And evens the scores, Byza.
Have a look at Elim Gaming. Oh my goodness, Elim Gaming, 2 goals in the space of 30 seconds. Chili Philly just with the touch of his bonnet hitting that in. And wow, holy molies. This is a mind-blowing game right now. We're locked 2 dead square apiece. I was saying before about the goal, what's the hardest one out of everything, and this is when you know you're a professional, is when you can anticipate someone else's defense and score from that, from a massive aerial. Now that said, let's get back into this. Dumbo working around, trying to set something up for the 0.1 hit ratio. A little bit shell-socked at Elim Gaming have come here. Oh my goodness, Dumbo's just flipped himself back from a scoring opportunity, and that's gone begging. Starkiller trying to stop that ball going back into his attacking zone. TheSchoolBus working on the side, pops it onto the top of his roof. Dumbo comes and clears for the side of 0.1 hit ratio. It's sitting limbo ball, but all the boys at Elim decide they want to go back and defend instead of attack. And look, that's story tonight. You've got a defensive team versus an attacking team. Here comes the Chili Pig with a power shot. It just gets deflected off here, Chrisis, but it's still dangerous right now as 0.1 find themselves defending.
I got to say, I feel as though these players have been given a different car to the one that I drive, because the turning circles that these guys are achieving is absolutely incredible. Just watching Chili Philly maintain position as the players carry the ball up. Another shot goes wide, and TheSchoolBus clears it out, gets a second touch to make sure that it goes clear. The joust in the air, won by Chili Philly, but the follow-up from Kawhi is very, very good. Dumbo getting up into the air, gets a touch, but it's too hard, bounces off the crossbar, up in the top, off the wall there, and now a softball. Chili Philly almost beaten by that. He didn't expect it to actually come to him, I think, as he gets the touch to it, clears it away, but the ball's still in the orange zone, and the 10%ers taking their shots. There's another one that comes through. Starkiller gets a touch off of TheSchoolBus's clearance, and now the last movement of the game as the ball gets crossed over and then cleared out, and we are going to go into overtime.
Oh my goodness, the last 30 seconds of that was just intense, and you can just tell 0.1 hit ratio wanted that goal, and they were just peppering the goal mouth over and over and over, and the opportunity came from Elim Gaming to try and score, but we're stuck in this deadlock right now. Overtime action, and the defense from 0.1 ratio holding up at the moment as they try, as Elim Gaming go into the attack. Chili Pig hits this wide and deflected back out. Now defensive zone. Starkiller works out the ball. Chili Pig didn't even have to move. He just waited for his teammate to hit it to him. And now back and forth it goes right now. But wow, I'm still flabbergasted right now because this is really, really dominant action from both teams.
Yeah, great play.
Byza, that's about you.
What's that, EJ?
I'm gobsmacked.
Yeah, we're all gobsmacked here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is 2 Oh, what a crow with a halo of halos saving the overtime there. They were 2-0 in the lead. They dropped 2 goals down to Elim, and they almost lost in the overtime there, but Aura Crow has kept their hopes alive. Dumbo gets a touch on the ball, passes it back to Aura Crow, who gets up into the air, looks for the second touch, tries to cross it over to Dumbo. That would have been a really nice play, but the joust was there, and interference in the air prevented the completion. It's still in the orange zone, though, and this is how the match started, ladies and gentlemen, with 0.1 hit ratio, attacking.
They're attacking indeed, and they're still doing it. The defensive team, that is the unit of Elim Gaming, trying to work it out. It's popped over. TheSchoolBus, the last line of defense, clears out for his team, and he will follow up as well. Now, we haven't seen this in a while. It's in the blue zone, so Elim want to go on the attack. TheSchoolBus waiting for it in the center. It's hit the side. Some of the hit out there from the players of the 0.1 causing some good play strategy, but now they're in the attacking. Here's Kawhi, he sets it up. Up goes Dumbo for the shot, but Starkiller equal to the equation and pushes it out. Chili following it up. Starkiller works around, and the ball sits on the side. Aurora Crow putting in for the shot. This is danger, Chrisis, but there's no one can shoot as it gets cleared out by Elim Gaming.
A good passage of play once again by the 10%ers, but Starkiller and the rest of Elim Gaming were up to the challenge. So we're still in overtime. We've had a couple of long overtimes tonight, and this is proving to be one as well. Chili Philly gets a touch on the ball. It's up in the air. Aura Crow versus Starkiller, and Starkiller earns his savior badge with yet another halo out of that situation. The Aura Crow is back on defense. He gets a touch to it. It's sitting up as the TheSchoolBus takes a shot. Aura Crow unbelievably gets another save out of that movement. And my word, it's back into the orange zone, Byza.
This outstanding play from both teams. I'm going to take a breath for a second, and then we'll roll into this. But we're still locked in overtime, and I tell you, as it goes longer, there's an opportunity. Wow, gone begging for Elim Gaming, but it's still the pressure.
Cross over, TheSchoolBus.
Who cares about setting it up? I want a goal, says TheSchoolBus. He works the tight cut shot. Have a look at the play. Oh my goodness.
It's beautiful.
What
and beats 3 defenders, Byza. And this is a bit of a fairy tale run at the moment. Elim have won 6 games on the trot so far against 2 different opponents. They are on a roll.
Oh my goodness. And that shot, I'll put it up once again, once EJ sees this. But that almost is a contention for Jam top 5 players of the week.
We love our Jam top 5 players of the week.
It's not often you see a goal scored from that angle, especially off the wall. So well done there to the TheSchoolBus, and he puts himself in the contention for the MVP plays. Look, we're only two games in. We've still got another 2 for Elim to take the victory. But at the moment, momentum and the way they're playing, even though that was a tight game, really puts them in strive for this victory of the grand final at the moment.
Oh, don't call it too soon, Byza.
I'm not calling it too soon, but they're doing really well.
I know that you put the caveats in front of it. There's a lot of Rocket League to go.
It. Go Elim.
It is a best of 7, and it is 2-0 right now in favor of Elim Gaming. Straight away, exactly as before. The boys from 0.1 hit ratio are on the attack. Goal shot after goal shot, but their targets, their sights are just not on target at this stage, Byza, and the shots are going wide or high.
I think it's also got the factor to do with the defense. Starkiller there for pretty much every shot they have, and if they can't, it's like you can't just put it in the middle of the goal. You've got to work the angle. Oh, almost a shot from TheSchoolBus, and it gets bicycled and then cleared. And here's the return coming from Dumbo, but deflection from Chili Pilly saves the day for Elim Gaming. We're still locked on 0 here, and like I was saying, Chrisis, as a shot comes from Dumbo, more of a centre, and it gets rebounded out. It's all about 0.1 hit ratio, finding those gaps in the goal's mouth if they're going to score here and win these games back.
Yeah, we got Dumbo up into the air. He's just touched the ball and gotten it into the opposite zone and then left it, presumably for his teammates, but they were all on defense at that stage, so uncharacteristically so just then. And Back into the blue zone, the ball comes. Elim Gaming with the momentum. Elim Gaming with the confidence. SchoolBus gets a touch on the ball. It's still out wide though. Chili Philly gets another touch on it, but it's bounced off a defender. And that is a safe goals for the 10%ers, and they get a chance. No, they don't. The SchoolBus gets the intercept, keeps it in the blue zone. It bounces up off the roof, and Oracro, who's been doing so well tonight, comes forward, gets the ball pinched off the wall. It's in the orange zone. It's on shot, and Dumbo breaks the deadlock, scores a goal for his team, and 0.1 hit ratio. Byza are in the lead.
Kawhi's touch, he followed the ball, he hit that himself, he followed it up, and because of that little touch, gave Dumbo the advantage to put that in. That is a really good team play by 0.1 hit ratio Chrisis.
Fantastic play. They're in the lead, and we'll look to cement it now as they keep the attack on. But it's not to be. The SchoolBus carrying the ball into the orange zone, has to get through, passes it back to Chili Philly. Starkiller, the defender, was up forward after intercepting there in the midfield. He has an opportunity as up goes Oracro, but the defense is good once again, Byza.
Once again, Oracro is missing the ball. Up it comes Kawhi to set it in the middle over the top of the Starkiller. But SchoolBus is on par, and he tries to have that shot. He's down for the blow of the drop, but not enough power to put in the back of net, and it's cleared by Oracro. Krawi just playing with the dribble. And it's a dangerous dribble as Chili Billy has almost capitalizes on an easy goal, but just saved off. Oh my goodness, Elim Gaming, 2 really close shots there, and almost got themselves back in the level state of the scoreboard, but 0.1 hit ratio are causing them to play hardball at the moment, and it's dropping in the zone.
Shot!
Oh, and the shot! 0.1 ratio, got one more here, Chrisis.
Well, Kawhi was lurking in the midfield, and that was a gifted ball there from the defenders who put too much power. Really what you've got to do is get a touch to the ball when it's in your zone and control it more than just clear it out. And unfortunately, that is exactly what Elim did not do. They got power on the defensive move, and that set things up for the 10%ers to go 2-0 up. And now Dumbo looking to make it 3. Starkiller with a save. That is bonus round moves of Jam Gaming's top 5, because that save, pinching it against the wall, was a thing of beauty.
Oh, there is a couple tonight, and we're definitely getting treated to a lot of spectacle of action, because both teams are proving real good defenses, real good attacks, and setting up well. They're doing it quite well. At the moment, the boys in Elim Gaming wanting to put a goal on the board, get back in this match, but 0.1 hit ratio, have the control, and they're sitting in the central part. SchoolBus up, so as 2 of the players from 0.1. Oracro comes through, cleans out the dispute ball. He puts it in limbo. SchoolBus all over it. Kwari just tapping to the side and going with a second touch. Chili wrapping the goal and cleaning out for his team. Senel just drops down as the minute ticks down. Chrisis. I cannot see Elim Gaming right now putting anything on the board, because 0.1 are absolutely dominating this match. Yeah,
they're playing real well, keeping the pressure on constantly. They've got a nice little two goal margin that they're going to maintain, surely, by the way that they are playing. Here's a shot, though, against the shoutcast. This kiss comes true. Chili Philly says, hey, what are you talking about a 2-goal margin for? As he gets a touch on.
Dumbo's tried to save. Dumbo's come off the wall, and look, I could only honestly say that's probably a 10% save, because you don't have the momentum, nor do you have a visage view. Look, I try that all the time. It never works. So, good goal by Chili Billy. We've got 30 seconds to put the second on and go to overtime. Prove me wrong, boys, because it's possible. And now they're sitting down the right side. Chili Billy is the one to set. He leaves to go.
Rare mistake by Starkiller. The ball sitting there in front, and Kawhi Neko says thank you very much.
The wrong side. I thought he was going into the attack, but it was defensive. And Starkiller's missed that, and so does Chili. That's the blunder on Elim's Gaming behalf, and very easily taken by 0.1 hit ratio. 19 seconds left here, Chrisis. Still possible. Won't count them out, but it's tough.
Yeah, there've been comebacks of this nature before, but the way the 10%ers have been playing, I think they're going to be quite okay to pull one game back in the series and take it to 2-1, which means going into the 4th game, things are wide open. It's not as though Elim Gaming are 3-0 up and have so much momentum that they're literally unstoppable. It's not going to be a match game. It's going to be just 2-1, and 0.1 hit ratio will be breathing a sigh of relief as a result.
Well, they pegged one back at the moment, and the momentum that comes with it. And like I was telling earlier before, they have had the break. They've dropped the 2 games. So they pegged one back. We see some close action. Do we see a clean out? Like, do we see this round where it's 0.1 hit ratios momentum? Or will we see a little stem of play? I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but I know it's going to be really good action for the night, mate.
Yeah, let's see how this first minute goes and whether the runner play continues in the way it had before. Dumbo wins the first joust in the air, but it's now back and forth in the midfield. And Kawhi Neko gets a touch to it, but 2 defenders there. SchoolBus gets the halo. He's under the ball right now. He tries to control it onto the ground. Oracro comes storming through, gets the cross in, and Starkiller clears it out for Kawhi Neko to meet it up in the air in the blue zone.
Dumbo with the aerial takes it to the side just to take a little bit of pressure off his team. Out comes the SchoolBus, sets it to the middle. Oracro on occasion on top. Dumbo following it well, but can't get the touch. Starkiller first to make the ball as it sits in limbo in a defense. 2 of the players from Elim coming at it and trying to set up for an attack. Chili chasing the ball and won't get the shot. SchoolBus also to the side. He's actually mishit that. Oracro with the opportunity, gone wide and probably gone begging. Dumbo sitting there waiting for the limbo. It drops down and Elim will clear out as we pass that minute.
No, there's
stage.
not cleared. It's still dangerous in the orange zone. Well, it was on its way out, but then the pressure, finally the clearance does come through, and now it's Elim Gaming that are on the offensive, but just for a moment. Now here comes the SchoolBus, pops it up nicely, but Oracro is there on defense, contending with Starkiller for goalie of the night, really, as he's been sitting back all night long, getting those defensive shots in. 3 minutes 30, Byza and the SchoolBus keeps the ball in the blue zone.
Yeah, it's tough play from both teams. Both of them stepping up a gear here, really proving that they want the games at 0.1 hit ratio. Are behind on the series so far, so Elim Gaming want the goal to try and keep themselves in front. But we'll see how they pan out at the moment. Is in attacking half of 0.1. It drops out. Dumbo hitting it back to defense. Well, sets it up, but Oracro's already returning back to goal, so it'll be an easy clear. Well, I thought it would be an easy clear, but it's setting center. Now Oracro sets to the side and pops it up. No one coming through. Oh, do you know what? You know what, Chrisis? That would have been a Dumbo goal. He should have been down the middle. That's pretty much his go.
Good, strong, powerful cross that goes across. The SchoolBus is there to pick up the deflection off of the defender. Keep it in the blue zone. The cut shot's not there. And Chili Philly just a little bit too far back. Couldn't get on there and take advantage of the cross and seal the deal for them. Donuts on the board at the halfway mark of the goal is wide open. The backflip from Chili Philly. It was all that he could do, and it wasn't good enough. The ball back into the midfield now. And as we head to the 2-minute mark, still Donuts.
Seeing some really uncharacteristic plays from 0.1 hit ratio. The 2 defenders hit each other, which almost caused a goal. And then the fly to goal at the area completely missed. As Dumbo has a shot, it's lined up. Oh, just wide quarry. So they're still missing the opportunities at the moment. And look, Cross, as you touched on the point, they make a lot of shots, but they cannot put it in the goals. They always hit wide. It's going to be interesting if they're going to get any more scores or get anywhere in this grand final.
Oh, that's a good shot from Starkiller. We were following him as it happened, Byza, and the ball coming across. It was a defender who put it against that wall there, and Starkiller was in the right place at the right time, gets it over, beats 2 defenders who had managed to fall back to try and get a touch to it, and that is the 1-0 up on the board for Elim Gaming.
Oh, Chili Philly does a little bit of aerobic flying. And decides to move. He gets the touch off the side. Now hits it up into a favourable position. SchoolBus all over it. Just hits the crossbar and cannot go in. All the defenders there for 0.1 all over that ball, and it goes out to the side. SchoolBus now pops and sets. Kawhi is there for the clear, and he will clear it out very nicely. As Starkiller works around the side, it's an advantage going wide. Oracro clear. SchoolBus all over it. Slots it in.
Great
goal there.
Yeah, I mean, he anticipated it.
You can tell the pressure.
Yeah.
You can tell the pressure right now. They're just putting it on, and the 0.1 are cracking.
And Byza, you know, you called it earlier on when 0.1 hit ratio scored off a defense by Starkiller. Once the team starts to anticipate what the defenders are going to do and get themselves in position to take advantage of what they anticipate the pathway of the ball to be, well, it's going to be very, very difficult to keep your goal mouth empty. And that is exactly what happened there, as great control of the ball of his car, at least from the school bus, flying past as Chili Philly picks up the ball. The ball sitting up high right now in the midfield, a touchdown, controlled onto the ground. Chili Philly is going to look to go up onto the wall. He wins the competition on the wall. It bounces off the back and is cleared away by the defenders. And with a 2-0 deficit, Byza, we've been at this point before, but last time it was 0.1 hit ratio who had the 2-goal margin.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing right now is just a ease up of pressure as a opportunity comes from 0.1. Look, they're still wanting to score, but it's not as intense as it was about 2.5 minutes ago, and that's purely because the scoreline is too close to get as...
There's 3 defenders on the
my
side.
Goodness.
Oh, 3 defenders in the corner.
There's something not right with 0.1 right now.
Yeah.
I tell you,
Juggling.
It's not working for them.
Goodness me. They were all over that ball in the corner, but they needed to be in front of the goal, and SchoolBus punished them for it. It is 6 seconds to go. 3-0 in favor of Elim. What a strong showing from them. There might be a consolation. Yeah, no, Dumbo gets thwarted by the school bus, and it is now a 3-1 lead that Elim Gaming have built up in the best of 7 series.
Someone's
wow.
getting closer to a headset.
Several
indeed.
headsets. Several Plantronics
EJ.
headsets.
That's exactly right. EJ, what's the feel in the Twitch chat? I know it's a little quiet, but I'm sure that boys are rooting for 0.1 to come back here.
Oh, dude, I'm sure they're rooting for something, and then 0.1's a good thing to root for as anything. And just a reminder, the CGI finals are on tomorrow night at this time, and if they're half as good, we're in for a good night of Rocket League.
Well, I'm spending too much time in the Twitch chat. I'm not actually ready for this game to start. I wonder if the players could stop and restart for me.
Well,
no,
I'm not going to stop on your behalf, mate.
Dumbo straight
what
away with a shot on goals, or a Crow with a follow-up, but the defenders clear it out, and Byza, they are going to play for their lives, and kudos to them for sticking to their guns. You know, this is obviously a play style that has worked for them in the past, and they reckon it's going to work. But at the same time, the school bus is driving, and wow, he actually had to work quite hard for that. Got a touch on the ball as it crossed over diagonally, and then got up into the end, got the second touch to it.
Yeah, it's a lovely play by SchoolBus, and Elim Gaming, well, it's another dominant start by them. It's the way they want to work it. 0.1, well, they need a quick response. Just to say, hey, we're here. We're not going to give up, and we're in the contention of this. And there is a pop off. Oh god, there was a pop by one of the players at 0.1, but nothing coming there as a conversion. It heads into the defensive. Oroko hits it out. Starkiller pops it up. Oh, dangerously pushed back by Chili Philly, but SchoolBus is there to clean up. Hits down the side. Oroko's chasing the ball down. Sets it. It's almost in line. Starkiller has to come out and defect it. And Chili Philly just hitting to the sky. SchoolBus chasing it down. Quad would. I'm even saying his name right now.
Orocro tries to get the demo there onto Starkiller, but all he does is give him a light slap to the backside. It might have been enough though. The ball sitting in the orange zone in front of the orange goal, but the cover defense from Chili Philly was good and sets up the opportunity to get the clear. It's sitting in the midfield there. We're staying with Starkiller at the moment on a deep defense. He's pushing up just a little bit, but then straight away falls back. As soon as the 10%ers get the control of the ball, Starkiller falls all the way back into the goals. And, well, the danger's over for him now as SchoolBus takes another shot on goals. Starkiller all the way forward. The SchoolBus controls it. He's in the corner. He gets another touch. He's got his dribbling boots on. But it's disrupted by the blue defenders.
Oh, what a save!
Kawhi.
What a shot, what a save. Wowee, that's a crazy dominant action from both teams right now. Starkiller working his way out, trying to deflect it into an advantage, but it's coming straight back in the end, and it's down Starkiller's throat. He can't do much with it, but pop it to the side. SchoolBus off the corner of his car, and it back over. I believe that was Orico doing the work. 0.1 really need to get this goal, and they need to do it now. SchoolBus is working the action on the corner of the goalpost. Just gets deflected out. Out comes the Kawhi as he sets something up. 0.1. Can Dumbo convert? It gets popped. He's now up. Oh, and he's just decided it's going in. Oh, he certainly can score. What an unorthodox way to do it, but like, have a look how he did this.
Yeah, it's almost as though he was trying to fake things. There.
It caught Starkiller off, but
he did.
It's a really nice shot.
Yeah. So it shimmered for a bit, but it doesn't matter. A shimmery goal or a powerful goal, as long as it is a goal and they've evened up the scores, which is the bare minimum that they needed to do. That's they finally get one. That is their first goal that they have scored in 2 games. So they will be very pleased that they've figured out where the goal face is yet again, and are in with a chance now. We're following Oricro gets a touch with the ball. It gets flying up. Dumbo has to get the clear out. Now Oricro carries it through. It's set up. Oh, Dumbo almost with a beautiful play there off of the rebound, but it's not to be. And against the run of play, no, what a bounce is that off the corner of the post. Goodness me. Take a breath.
Goodness me indeed. Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. Dumbo works to the side and almost has a shot, a nice save. In fact, it is a shot. Starkiller clears for his team, but it's straight back in front of the goal. Chili Pilly's wrapped around and cleared it as well. And so here goes Elim Gaming, just wrapping goal. Another shot. Oh, it's pace on. It's shot on from 0.1 hit ratio, and they keep peppering at it. Orico sets it tough. Dumbo lurking in the shadows, but up goes Chloe for a tap touch. It's going in. Oh! It was almost laid up for a goal, but they couldn't do it.
I mean, the build-up was all there.
Here comes a flip from Orico. Defense here, Chrisis, working overtime here for Elim Gaming.
They are. This could be dangerous. That's almost a setup for the opposing team. But the SchoolBus manages to now get the clear out. The ball finally in the blue zone after an incredible run of play that didn't get converted into a goal. And that might be an absolutely critical phase of play that the boys from Elim Gaming were able to withstand all of that pressure. 30 seconds remaining. The pressure back on though. Up goes the SchoolBus. We've been sticking with him for a while. Switch over to Starkiller. Last line of defense, but he watches the ball float away into the distance. Chili Philly sets it up. The SchoolBus tries a shot, and Byza. So much pressure from both of these teams, but nobody able to convert as we head towards overtime.
5 seconds left. Can someone have the final run and play? SchoolBus pops it up, but all contenders running at it. Almost got to get a demo at it, but we're in overtime. And wow, we're in his 5th match. It's all on the line for 0.1 hit ratio. And this could be the potential goal that wins Elim Gaming the grand final of this competition. So it's all up to 0.1. And what they need to do is convert a goal here, Chrisis.
They do indeed. SchoolBus with the shot on goals. It's defended quite easily by Dumbo. It could have been any of the 3 defenders that were hanging about in the zone there. A high shot. 2 went up for it. Can they recover in time? Yes, they can. SchoolBus is up there for the just. Starkiller call on yet again to defend. Together with Chili Philly, both of them went up there. The ball dangerously bouncing high. Dumbo gets a touch. He combines with Kawhi. Kawhi has been very, very quiet, Byza. It's all been about Dumbo and Oricro in this grand final. Kawhi did so well previously in the earlier games. I wonder if he can find his feet again, pull something out, and get that goal on.
That would be interesting. Dumbo's lurking in the shadows like always, and he probably might be the thief for this goal and get the 0.1 back into this game. Now that's Kawhi hitting to the side. Chili Pilly's just gone off the basic defensive structure hit, and he goes up for the fly as well. 2 defenders for Elim Gaming clearly on the screen, but it's up an easy clear out for him. Here goes Starkiller, sets it into a dangerous place for both teams. Orico pops out to the side. They're just going to set the paces first, gather a boost, and then go on the full assault. And here comes Chili, hits it out to the side, now hitting the wall. It's all guns blazing. Kawhi doing a little bit of dribble, It pops up for Chile. He gets it moving. Ororoco slaps it out to the side. He wants to work this into a goal. But Chile will say nothing to that, and that's the star killer that comes out and defects. God, I've got the wrong word there. But it drops down. Dombo almost putting that into a passage that could convert on. Kawhi's done the backflip just to get back and divert. Here comes Elim Gaming with a score opportunity, Chrisis.
Oh, it goes begging though, and Dumbo gets the clear. He carries it up as well. That was Chili Philly trying to run interference on him and scooting all over and around, not actually getting a touch to his motor car. The ball now getting into one of those long-range Scud missile fights where both of the teams just smack the ball as hard as they can, get it out of their zone, up into the air, the joust between Orocro and Schoolbus. It's sitting in the blue zone. Is this where the deadlock gets broken? No, it gets cleared out, and Kawaifu carries the ball into the orange zone. He's chasing after it. He controls it. He gets it over into the orange. It's a great carry up. Does he get the cross? Yes, he does. No, the school bus is there. Gets the interference and a shot on goals.
Oh! Oh, it's gone. It's done. School bus. Off the wall. Good night. Good night, Irene. Dumbo couldn't get there.
Elim Gaming in overtime takes their fourth game, and it's a best of 7, so 4 games is what it takes to win the grand final. And goodness me, he did a fantastic job of it in the end there, School Bus, as the good rounds, the good games go out from the two teams. What an excellent game,
your voice barely made it, Chrisis. You just got there.
I know, right?
You went on the last goal, dude. One more play, and oh boy, it would have been a solo.
All right, we need to pick an MVP of this game. Where do we draw it? Where do we go? We already got Chili Pilly from the last game, so give him a strong intention going down that line, but maybe the school bus this time.
Well, school bus is already in there from the first game, isn't he?
Oh, he is too. Jeez, Starkiller then. Three opportunities for Elim to pick up the MVP of the night.
Oh, we got a school bus hands down. School bus might be getting a double vote.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened before. We don't have to nominate a different MVP. We have to nominate the player who played the best and was most valued in that game. So if the call is going out that it was School Bus, then happy for that to be the case.
Okay, all right. Well, then I won't put School Bus as a fourth number.
No, you mean Starkiller. You won't put Starkiller as a fourth.
No. Well, School Bus is number 1, so
yeah.
We only have 3 options.
Chili Philly wants to vote for himself.
Well, let's get that vote going. We've got 68 people in the Twitch chat right now.
Wow, school bus is ripping it up easily.
And the poll has started. So what you've got to do is do !vote, leave a space, and then put the number that you want to vote for.
Chuck Starkiller in there,
1 for School Bus, 2 for Dumbo, and 3 for Chili Philly.
And shout out to who's School Bus who's just joined us. G'day, School Bus. Well, what an epic proportions of a night and how that has panned out. Let's get the boys from Elim Gaming in for an interview, and then we'll conclude this vote as well.
All right, I've just jumped onto the box that I used to do the vote, and I'll just see if I can add it very, very quickly and get that vote up for you, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can see how the voting is going. You've got about a minute to go on the vote. A little bit messy, but there it is. So School Bus rampaging into the lead there with 16 votes. Dumbo on 3 and Chili Philly with 1. Is there going to be any more love for Dumbo or Chili Philly, or is this going to be a School Bus like in that movie Speed, where the accelerator just gets held down and he walks away with the MVP award courtesy of GameStar? It'll be a $20 Steam credit sent to him from a GameStar Media just for appearing on stream and playing really well.
I reckon Starkiller should have been in there, to be honest.
Ah.
5 saves, come on.
Yeah,
5
those
saves.
saves and that. Those saves, dude. All series
Hey,
long.
man,
you
I put a word in for you, but
I
everyone
know.
else shut me out.
Yeah, Chrisis shut me down.
Shout out to Elim Gaming guys who've joined us. Congrats on tonight. You guys had to do it the hard way. You had to go back brackets, full games, didn't stop, and even at the start there, the momentum was a bit nerve wracking, but you come home with it. Well done tonight. Geez, I was leading up to a question, but I'm still flabbergasted of how everything's turned out.
Are you happy with your headsets, boys? Woo!
I haven't even seen him, EJ. I haven't even
nor
seen
have I,
him,
dude.
mate.
I wouldn't have a clue. But
But
you're
no.
getting a headset. That's the main thing, and some
No.
cat.
It was a little bit interesting because for the simple reason as we didn't really we didn't really do much beforehand. Like I pracked the last week a little bit, but yeah, we all stuck together and played well. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, I tell
And-
you what, that Christmas break really must have hurt a lot of players because that's 2 to 3 weeks of dead quiet. Not much competitive play. Everybody's out at the beach enjoying themselves, and you've got to get your head back in the game. So just talk us through there. The school bus, what were you thinking after you got knocked down into the elimination final after your first match?
I don't know. It's the only way to do it, really. You got to beat everyone for it to count. Nah, not at all. Like we just did well as a team. Like we were we weren't the most confident, and then after we saw how we were playing in the first game, we got a lot more confident with our rotations and stuff. We just changed our play style completely to what we've been doing the last few weeks.
Well, shout out to the school bus. You have picked up the MVP of the night. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Perfect. Might buy some WoW time.
You're kidding. You did not just say that.
I don't know if you can buy WoW time with Steam credit.
At least he's not going to buy skins for his LoL characters.
Look, guys, coming into the finals, how did you? How's your preparation? Like, look, coming off the last game, which we covered, that was a bit of a knock to, a shock to the system. But then, how did you come out from that coming in tonight?
Oh, do you want to take this one, Bus? Do you want me to?
Nah, you go for it, mate. You sound like you got a talking voice.
We pretty much played the worst game that we could have played that night. It was terrible. But at the end of the day, we all sat back and went, all right, we haven't played in pretty much 2 weeks. So it was like, well, what do we do? And we're like, go back to square one. Me and Chili had played together. Me and Bus played together. We sort of hadn't played too much all together. But at the end of the day, like, we just made sure that we knew exactly trusting each other and everything else and making sure we get to the point.
And
the point was make sure we win.
Did you have these structures set in place? Like I noticed you were majority in the goalies, school buses taking out the front and whatnot. Did you have all that down pat? Like is that the way you work with your structures?
Sometimes it depends. Basically, I've been trying to work on pushing a lot more forward. But at when we were down and stuff, I was like, well, I don't want them to score easy goals. I don't want to fly over the top. So if I stay back a touch and let the boys do the work, and then as soon as one of them needs boost, then flip around and then we change it up. So it was just, at the end of the day, if I get the touch and I get it in there and I get a good pass or something, then I flip out and, basically let the boys do the work. So that's what I'm there for.
We brought Starkiller in a lot more this series as well. He scored some perlers. Scored some match-winning goals that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they were.
The amount of games we were in overtime and it was just bashing back and forth, and then Starkiller just finds one.
At what point did you guys feel you knew you had it? Like, at what point did you think this is it? We're running with it. We've got this.
After the first game, I felt like we were back to sort of how we were weeks ago. Like we were pretty nervous. We were just going to play like the last couple of games, but after the first game, we all just sort of realised that we can get the mojo back.
Well, you must have felt pretty good coming into the grand final after 4-0ing your opponents.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a shame about Schnutz's mum.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll probably be something else, but throw your mum under the bus, no worries.
I'll send her a card.
Yeah,
I see what you did there, Byza.
Anyone you want to send a shout out to, a thank you to?
Yeah, Dog, of course. MVP as usual.
Yeah, I'd like to throw a massive shout out to Morph, head of Elim Gaming,
Yeah.
who is now is handing over the reins actually to Haydos. So massive shout out to Haydos for still staying behind the team, and chatting to me even though he's taken over and stuff and keeping everything going. But yeah, Elim Gaming, thanks for everything, boys. Like absolutely awesome.
So what's next for you guys? Are you continue on, come into the Invitational next season, put your claim forward and head into the professional league, or what are you guys going to do?
I really don't know.
Yeah, it really depends on a lot of circumstances. I mean, sure, we'd love to compete at that competition, but it all depends on a lot of other circumstances as to whether that will happen.
So we'll just see what happens and then just play it by ear once the season comes around.
Well, I think you guys are good enough to go there, so I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And I'm sure all the Twitch followers are looking to see you there. Now, EJ, is there anyone who wants to ask any questions in Twitch, or is it just a general flash of comments?
I think it's just everyone, you know.
Rovasek has raised an interesting point. He said, well, shouldn't there be another grand final that gets played between Elim and 10%ers?
Not tonight, please.
Because of the the double elimination format. And what I've been trying to explain to him, kind of surreptitiously in the chat there, but I'll do it on stream, is the reason we're having the best of 7 format is to say, look, we are going to give both of these teams the best opportunity to build up a lead or to stage a comeback. And if we were going to play double elimination all the way through, well, then it was going to have to be a best of 3 or a best of 5 format. The best of 7 format, we have had how many hours of Rocket League tonight? And I'm pretty sure...
Oh, it's not even that. It's double elimination
about 4
to
hours.
qualify for the final. The final's the grand final.
Yeah.
It's double elim to qualify for the
Actually, no, you're actually wrong, EJ. It wasn't double elim because the first match that we played, we knocked them straight out.
But hadn't they already lost from the losers bracket to be in that one?
No,
So
it
look, guys,
was on standing.
I'll make this clear right now.
Winners, that's all good. Winners.
The top 2 teams that finished first and second, they play off, and the loser gets a second opportunity. The second and the third team play off, and it's elimination from there. And that works to a grand final. And that's how that worked out. It's just the way it's sort of situated with the bracket, which is a little confusing. But once you get your head around it, it works. All right, clear, done, Chrisis.
Hang on, no, got to do a big shout out to Plantronics for putting up the prize money and the headsets tonight. So massive shout out to Plantronics. And no doubt you'll get your prizes in due course. Woo!
Yeah, thanks, heaps, boys.
Congrats, dudes.
Cheers.
Thank
Before I
you.
chuck over, shout out to 0.1 hit ratio. Well done tonight. Congratulations on not getting through in the end there, but you certainly were the opponents. Chrisis, I'll leave it to you, mate.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Gamester TV 1 tonight for all of the Rocket League action that we've been able to bring you, courtesy of Plantronics and Cyber Gamer. We are not finished for the weekend, though, because tomorrow night, the Invite Division are going to have their finals series as well. It's starting at 7 p.m. AEST, so we are going to be bringing the stream up at 6:30 p.m. AEST with a bit of a pre-game show talking about the teams who've made it through to the grand final from the Invite League, and then we will be bringing you every shot, every save, every aerial, and maybe a couple of those panic backflips that we've seen tonight. It's going to be fantastic action from the GameStar team. I just want to say thank you to the boys that have put together the overlays again, Neba, Byza, and Don Mega. And a shout out to EJ for managing the Twitch chat for us tonight. Byza, you have done a great job as my co-caster. It's been a pleasure as usual.
Likewise, Chrisis, mate, you're the one who bring the stream to everyone. So, mate, pat on the back for you as well.
It's been good games, I tell you what, and I have loved every single moment of it. Shout out again to the admins and refs that made tonight possible. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you tune in at 6:30 p.m. AEST on Twitch.tv /GameStar TV1, and make sure that on a Sunday night you are there to get some.